Hello everybody and welcome to today's Future Spouse Pick a Card reading with me, the High Maintenance Hippie. And in today's Future Spouse Pick a Card reading, I want to find out how your future spouse is going to feel in your presence. So if you want to dive right in with me and find out the juicy details, I need you to pick one of these three fabulous piles. Pile number one, we have St. Lucy with the Labradorite crystal. Pile number two, we have Hell with the Tiger's Eye crystal. And pile number three, we have Ishtar with the Obsidian crystal. I highly recommend that you go with your first gut instinct. Spirit is going to guide you towards the pile which has the most relevant information for you. If you need more time to choose your pile, please feel free to pause the video here, take a deep breath in and release, and ask Spirit, Bab, which pile has the most relevant information for me? And once you have chosen your pile, I shall see you in your reading. Hello there, pile number one, welcome to your reading. Let's find out how your future spouse is going to feel in your presence. So you chose the Labradorite crystal and the St. Lucy card. And already I can feel that your energy is very grounded. There's something very protective around your energy as well. So you make your future spouse feel very safe. Now this doesn't mean that your future spouse is not going to be somebody who can keep you safe. Your future spouse isn't somebody who needs to be kept safe, but it's so nice because your spouse needs to feel safe too, okay? You need to be able to make your spouse feel safe. You need to be able to make your spouse feel secure. Now, if you're a feminine watching this, we like to feel very physically safe. But if you're a masculine watching this, you like to feel that you can trust your future spouse. And that can be very much the element of safety for you. But either way, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, you keep your future spouse safe. You make them feel very safe. I want to say they feel safe to share assets with you. They feel safe to share their chromosomes with you as well, because they feel safe to have children with you. They feel like their children are going to be safe with you as well. There's something very strong around your spirituality or your religion. And if it's not that, I want to say that you have a very strong and supportive family around you. I do also feel like you have a lot of spiritual protection as well. Now, you could be somebody who's had a scrape in life and you think, wow, like I should have been injured in that scrape, or I really shouldn't be here. Or you could be somebody who has a lot of near misses when it comes to scrapes in life as well, and that's your spirit team and your ancestors keeping you very physically safe here on earth. It does make me think that you have an energy that needs to be protected. You have something that you really need to fulfill in this lifetime, something that's extremely important. You're a very important person with a very important mission. And I say as well, this is something that your future spouse notices in you straight away. They can feel this in your energy. Your energy packs a punch, and there's somebody who's going to always push you. Now, there's a lot of energy around career with this particular pile. So I do think your future spouse is going to have a lot to do with your career. I feel like your future spouse is going to be drawn to you when you have reached a point of confidence and pride when it comes to your career. Now, if you're retired or you don't work, I want to say it's your status in some way. When you feel very comfortable and prideful in the way that you represent yourself. I mean, when this happens, when you do this, when you make the moves in your career to have that pure confidence and that pure pride, you are going to magnetize that future spouse towards you. And I want to say there's another message from Spirit coming through that you're not seeing everything. There's things around you that are unseen. And I think there's a lot of mixed messages coming through now, so I think it's very different for a lot of people here, but some of you are supposed to add an extra string to your bow. Some of you have untapped talents, and some of you are actually supposed to completely change careers here, but there's something around career that's missing. Okay, something around career that's missing. A lot of transformation coming up for you guys as well. So there may be some changes coming up for you guys. There's a lot brewing energetically at the moment. If you feel like life is very boring and like a little bit stale, believe me, it's going to start getting exciting. You're going to start noticing changes. But I think Spirit is coming in to say they need a little bit of energy from you as well. There needs to be some kind of movement. I'm hearing also from Spirit you need to meditate more. They want you to sit down and light a candle. Okay, this is very goddess-esque. They want you to sit down. They want you to light a candle, because this is going to help Spirit communicate the messages that you need when it comes to moving you into this more confident and prideful space when it comes to your career or your status, which is also going to magnetize in that future spouse. Now, I also think your future spouse feels your drive and ambition when it comes to your career as well, and they will also help move you in the right directions regarding your career too. And if they don't help you in any way, they're going to support you, okay? They're going to support all of your career moves. It does make me think that you are going to have a very important career. In this lifetime, it is your career that's going to be very important, or your status that is going to be very important. And I'm hearing the word influential, okay? You're supposed to be influencing people in some way. Whether this is influencing as in like an influencer online, with products, this could be influencing people to heal, influence in any way, influencing people to be their best selves, okay? Career coach is something that I'm hearing really strongly right now. Because there's something very well put together about your energy. You're very neat, you're very well put together as well. And this is something as well that your future spouse notices about you. Very neat, very well put together. Your appearance is always very neat and well put together, even if you don't think it is. Now, I do feel like you're somebody who dresses like a little bit tomboyish, I feel actually. And I'm seeing Aaliyah now. Because Aaliyah would dress quite tomboyish, but she'd add like elements of like leather and things like that into her style. And I think there's an element of that with you. I think your style is like somewhat casual, but you make it look really expensive. There's something expensive about you as well. So untouchable is the word I'm hearing, untouchable. And again, this is something that people can feel in your presence. You are untouchable, you are powerful. I do think a lot of people are intimidated by you as well, including your future spouse. Now, I want to say for this pile, your future spouse may not be looking for love when you enter their life, but there's something you do to them. It's like you hypnotize them and you magnetize them in with your powerful energy, and they just cannot help themselves. So don't be disheartened if they do communicate that they weren't looking for love when they met you. You just did something to them. Now, I also want to say here, you bring balance to your future spouse's life, because we've got the number 24. Now I want you to look out for 2424. I want you to look out for 444, 222, and also 666. 666 is going to come in when there's going to be some big movement within your career, or this thing regarding your status, okay? Also, your confidence is very connected to 666. If you make any big moves, any big breakthroughs, you're going to see that 666 pop up. I really feel that for this pile. Also, 222 is going to show up when your future spouse is on their way in. And 444, I want to say that's like a midpoint for you, to show that you are midway, okay? You are getting there. 444 is a sign of stability, and I feel like you need to build this true stability. Now, I feel for this part that you're somebody who has a lot of accolades, okay? That's the word that's coming through, accolades, and I'm not fully sure what accolades actually means, but I do think it means like qualifications behind you, skills, okay? That's the energy I'm getting with accolades. I'm gonna have to Google it later, I do apologise, but I feel like you're somebody with a lot of accolades. I hope you know what it means, all right? So I feel like you're somebody who has achieved, and you're a winner in life as well. You're a fighter, you're a winner, you get what you want is what I'm hearing here, but you're not, you have I don't want to offend anyone here, but there's an element of you achieving, but never achieving something and feeling like it's making you whole. It's time to achieve what you want to achieve now, not what society feels you should achieve, not what your parents feel you should achieve, not what your friends feel like you should achieve. It's time to go out there and achieve what lights you up, that makes you happy here with the Sun card. Because you think there's no more options out there for you, is something I'm feeling here. But there is. There is. You think you've discovered everything you need to discover about yourself. But there's an option now that's going to fill that empty feeling that stops you feeling completely whole. A feeling that stops you feeling completely whole. That makes sense, doesn't it? With the 7 of Cups in reverse. Something you're not seeing. And whatever this is that you're not seeing, it's halting your future spouse from coming in. For some of you who've met your future spouse and you're in a relationship with your future spouse already, because I feel for this part, this could be the case. Again, this may be a back and forth relationship that you're in, on and off. There's some kind of stability you need to gain within yourself, that true stability, that stability that the soul wants, the stability which brings you happiness. It's that you need to find. And then this relationship's going to even out. Now, I want to say, if you're involved with somebody, I feel like this person's a twin flame, you know? Now, this doesn't have to be a twin flame for people who've not met this person yet, but for people who are involved in somebody, I can feel heavy twin flame energy here, okay? So you could be with your twin flame if you're already with somebody now and you do consider this as the person that you're going to have a marriage with, or that this person's going to be your future spouse. Something about your hair as well. Your future spouse feels like your hair brings you extra beauty, power. It's like goddess worship energy. You're somebody who was born to be worshipped. Look at this card, saint. We worship saints. You were born to be worshipped. There's something about your hair that's very, I want to say goddess-like. I'm kind of moving my hair at the moment in a very romantic way and you can't see it. There's something very goddess-like about your hair. Now, I don't know whether you're somebody who has short hair and you wear extensions, or whether you're someone who may have recently cut your hair short after having it long, or you've cut it short and you're ready to grow it long. But there's like a change of length with your hair going on. So for a lot of you, this may be extensions. It could be wigs as well. You could have naturally very short hair and you like to wear wigs. There's something about your hair that's very magical. It makes you stand out. It makes you... Do you know what it does? You've got a very conservative energy. And we're not talking about politics here. You're very conservative. The way that you dress can somewhat be very conservative. But your hair adds this feminism to you. I'm just going to stay with that word. And it makes you go from being like powerful and stern to being an absolute goddess. Now, regardless of your hair length, and I do think the lighter colours might suit you, like the blondes, the browns, and the auburns. Do you know what? I'm not actually saying that you don't suit darker hair, but I think you may prefer those colours on you. But yes, something about the hair, it makes you stand out a mile. It makes you look very goddess-like, and it doesn't matter what length or colour it is. You've got beautiful hair. Adds power. Hair adds power. What does hair represent? It represents health and vitality. So you've got power and vitality. Wow. Something very sexual about you as well. You could be somebody that no matter what you do, it looks sexy. And this is something that your future spouse feels in your presence straight away. There's a magnetism about you. Even though your future spouse wasn't looking for everybody, they just can't help but indulge in the meal that you're serving up. You're a meal that they're not going to pass up, for sure. It's also something about the way that you change your appearance, you morph. I'm hearing Benjamin Button syndrome here, so I don't know whether you age backwards like Benjamin Button. Could be looking at Capricorn rising here, but that doesn't have to be the case. It just always makes me think of Capricorn rising when I think about Benjamin Button syndrome. Benjamin Button syndrome. Benjamin Button syndrome. I do apologise. My mouth is so dry. Benjamin Button syndrome here. But you roll with the times. You're always modernising your physical appearance. Your future spouse never gets bored looking at you. There's always something new. I don't know whether you actually change your style a lot. I don't know whether you like to have tweaks and things like that, like surgical tweaks. But I feel like your future spouse gives me very like Leo and Gemini energy. Doesn't mean they have to be their big three, but it's that kind of energy they have. They are attracted to power, but they're also attracted to like diversity and things like that. And there's something about you that keeps them constantly excited, where if they were with a different person, they get bored really easily. So they can sense this power with you, but also this ability that you have to morph and change, that nothing's ever boring with you. I'm hearing Jay-Z, on to the next one, on to the next one. Okay, but that's your energy with everything. But I feel like Spirit's coming in to say it's on to the next one with something to do with your career here as well. There's something extra. Extra, read all about it. I don't know whether you're thinking about writing a book, whether there's some kind of course that's available to you. Maybe you've had your eye on a course and you think, should I spend that money on it? What should I do? But I'm hearing extra, read all about it. I just want to bring up again that you're very spiritually protected. I don't know whether there's some of you that feel like maybe when it comes to the spiritual realms and things like that, there's parts that you don't see. Maybe some of you have been thinking maybe you are having like some kind of evil eye sent to you. Or whether if you're having any bad luck, it's because somebody's speaking badly of you. I'm here to reassure you that's not the case. You're very spiritually protected. For people who are watching on pile number 1, if there is anything a little bit off that's happening around you, it's not because you're doomed or anything like that. It's because Spirit's trying to push you out of your comfort zone. Because I feel like you're a little bit comfortable in a certain area of your life and they're trying to push you. For some of you, this could be a house move as well. They want you to move out of the area that you're in. And bear in mind, you will have already felt like the little feelings of this if this is for you. It won't be a complete surprise to you. You know, this could be somebody who's like, oh, I wasn't thinking about moving, but I do know that I do have an issue with where I live, okay? I'm being drawn to the Labradorite. Some of you may have nightmares. Some of you may be having some darker nightmares. I do have a lot of Scorpio on the board as well. So Scorpio is that more, it's the underworld, isn't it? Labradorite. Have some Labradorite beside your bedside. It helps with nightmares. It helps reflect those negative energies. And if some of you are going to work and you're dealing with people who have negative energy, please put Labradorite in your pocket. I'm feeling that also. But there are even signs and synchronicities within the nightmares that I can hear Spirit saying you don't, yeah, really? Okay, they're saying you don't have to. You're choosing the nightmares. You're choosing the nightmares when you are holding down feelings and emotions that you're not expressing. You're choosing the nightmares when you're holding down these traumatic feelings. And I don't want to say that everyone watching this, there's like traumatic feelings that you're experiencing, but if you bottle up your emotions and you hold those emotions down, they can turn into trauma. This is what I'm hearing. I'm a little bit confused saying it, but I've just got to say what Spirit is saying. So some of you are repressing your emotions and your feelings and your anger, and that's manifesting as nightmares. You need to talk more, you need to express more. This is something else that's coming in with your future spouse. Your future spouse needs you to express your feelings, express your worries, express your emotions, express your goals. Because I think your future spouse and other people around you think that you're tippity top. Tippity top. Pile number 1 is fine. Pile number 1 has their SHIT in check. They know what's going on. I come to pile number 1 for advice, but no one ever really gives you the opportunity to ask for advice or unload. I think Spirit as well is saying, look, communicate what people don't see as well. Something about your aura. Your aura is very dense. Now, this is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a dense, heavy, horrible aura. That's not what I'm saying. Your aura is intense. It is impactful. It packs a punch. It's powerful. When you walk in a room, everyone looks. Everyone feels you. There's an intimidation with your aura. But what Spirit is saying is, your aura is so dense because there's a lot of energy in it. But that aura is supposed to expand outwards. There's enough energy within that aura that it could literally span for meters and meters beyond you. They say that celebrities have humongous auras. People who are very successful in business have humongous auras. They sit in the room and you can feel the impact of this humongous aura. I know my son has a humongous aura because I think it's all of his Sagittarius energy, to be honest, but it's huge. I don't know whether I've said this in a previous reading, but you can feel the energy coming off his pants when he leaves them on the bedroom floor because of his energy stuck on there. It's so heavy, it's so impactful. Heavy doesn't always have to be negative as well. Heavy just means like boom, packs a punch. You're not expanding out as outwards as you really should be in this lifetime. You're powerful. You're a go-getter, you're an achiever, you're a winner. But you're really supposed to be expressing this out into the world more. You're supposed to be expanding this aura outwards. You're supposed to be felt for meters and meters and meters outside of yourself, but you're compacting it all in. So that's a little bit of a random message that's coming through there. So I don't know whether this resonates with you, but it's going to have a key to your future spouse, and that's why it's coming up. As I said, your future spouse likes exciting, powerful, Leo energy as well, likes big, everything needs to be big and noticeable. And your future spouse is going to notice you when you start making people notice. I'm hearing the words. If they don't see you, make them see you. And I feel like that could be a very strong spirit guide coming in saying, if they don't see you, make them see you. I'm also hearing another phrase coming in. If they, I can hear the end of it, I can't hear the beginning of it, so bear with me. If they don't want to, if they don't want to know you now, make yourself somebody that they're going to want to know. If they don't want to know you now, make them somebody, if they don't want to know you now, make yourself somebody who they will want to know. And I'm hearing that in the talk context as well. If they don't want to talk to you now, make yourself somebody that they do want to talk to. So I'm hearing that, but I'm feeling a little bit of a kind of energy in there. Like when you become this person they want to know, when you become this person that they want to talk to, you're not going to want to talk to them. Okay, that's as simple as that. You are no longer going to need what they have anymore. And that's a very obscure message, and that will mean something to somebody. But your future spouse is going to come in when you become that bitch. Whether you're masculine or feminine, okay? When you become that bitch, that is when your future spouse is going to come in. Because they're going to feel that presence. They are looking for this presence that you are going to get. You are going to achieve. You're fabulous the way you are, babes. I'm going to tell you right now, you're fabulous the way that you are. But there's more out there for you. You may think, nah, I don't need to expand. You. The potential for you is massive, even bigger than you can ever imagine, my darling. Even bigger than you can ever imagine with the 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, pile number 1, I am going to leave that there. I really hope you gained something from this. I hope it helped in some way. If you do like this video, please drop it a like. It helps the video circulate, so it helps the channel grow. And also, if you do want to help the channel grow, please hit that subscribe so that you can be notified whenever I do post a brand new pick a card reading. Comment down below if you resonate. Comment down below which pile you claim. Comment down below to tell me what am I going to say today? Comment down below to tell me your favourite cake. Okay, mine was a French fancy before I stopped eating dairy. Okay, I loved French fancies. Tell me your favourite type of treat, pudding. Oh God, yes, get those pudding vibes going, those sweet vibes going. Pile number 1, take care of yourselves and I shall see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out how you will make your future spouse feel in your present. So you chose the Tiger's Eye Crystal and the Hell card here. So to begin with your energy, I can sense an air of confidence. Now, even if you aren't somebody who naturally feels confident, you definitely give off that air of confidence. And I want to say there are people around you who are very jealous of you. And I think it's specifically jealous of your beautiful energy and your absolutely stunning physical appearance. And I want to say those people may call you cocky and they may call you a little bit arrogant, but ignore that ish. They're just jealous of you. Don't ever dim that light. Don't ever feel like you need to play smaller just because people may comment, because they are jealous. So I want to say when it comes to the first perception you give people in your presence, including your future spouse, it's this air of, whoa, this person is impactful, this person is confident, this person could eat me alive. It's that kind of energy that I'm feeling here. Now, you have such a beautiful, beautiful natural vibration to you, an aura. You ooze the aura of love. You also ooze the aura of depth, and that creates deep love. Now, I think you're somebody who has the ability to have whoever you want. And again, I don't know whether you realize this, but a lot of people want you. A lot of people desire you. You are wifey or husband material. You are that perfect person. I would not be surprised if you actually have people who have been jumping into your inbox for over a decade. Now, if you're a little bit younger, maybe you've had people jumping in your inbox and they never leave you alone. They've known you for years and years and years and years and years, and they never ever give up because you are their perfect person. That's the energy you give off. And I feel like the people who have maybe rejected you in the past, it's not because that you lack any beauty or you lack anything that they want. It's because you really do trigger their insecurities because of how beautiful your energy is. And I'm going to be real with you. Your future spouse when they're in your presence, you do make them feel insecure. It's not a negative, it's not a huge negative, because your future spouse is brave. Your future spouse is somebody who pushes through, but you do make them feel insecure because you're just so perfect. I want to say you're so perfect that you're so perfect for them. You're so beautiful. They're really attracted to the love that's within you. I think you may actually give off this very confident energy because it's a protective barrier to the fact that inside you're just pure love. You're so loving, and I don't know whether you're somebody who was taken advantage of a lot as a younger person. Whether you showed that love to a parent and it was rejected, whether you showed that love to friends and it was taken advantage of, and now you feel like you have to protect that love. And I think for this group, at times you may not even know that that love is there. And it may hit you every now and then, like, wow, I am really sensitive, or wow, I do have a lot of love to give, or wow, like I am making a big impact on the world because I'm showing like people this love. You may be a teacher of love as well. I don't know whether you do anything, or you'd like to do something to do with relationships, maybe like relationship counselling, whether you look after kids as well. You know, that's the ultimate love, showing a child love, nurturing a child. But this could be anything, like a chef. I'm just thinking of careers where you're showing love, but there are a few things that are coming up here. Beauty, working in the beauty industry, beautifying people because you're making them feel more love for themselves by showing them their potential. Something around showing people their potential as well. So I don't know whether you are a parent, and this doesn't have to be for everybody, but I do have a few cards out here and symbols out here which are giving me the idea that you may be a parent already. But if you're not a parent already, something that your future spouse feels in your presence is the deep necessity to co-create with you. It is on a very actual level, for sure. But there's just something about your body. I don't know whether it's the hips, I don't know whether it's the breast area, but there's just something about you that's very motherly and nurturing. I don't know whether you have some heavy Cancer in your chart. I don't know whether you're a Cancer Mars, because we have that here. We've got Libra and we've got Taurus energy. And I want to say for this pile, you may have a trine from your Venus sign to your moon sign. Maybe a trine there, or you may have some really lovely aspects to your Venus in your chart. If you are into astrology, bear in mind, if you would like to look into your astrological chart, I do offer astrology readings. Go over to my Etsy shop, that'll be linked in the description down below, and head over to the general reading because you can customize that reading in any way you like. I feel like your future spouse, because of your energy just being so cantonar, what cantonar? Just please, I'm not even editing that out. I'm sure Uar Cantonar was a football song. It makes me think that your future spouse may be really into football, soccer, American football. I might have to actually listen to that song on YouTube. I don't know whether there's going to be some weird hidden message in there, or whether it is just about football. So look out for somebody who's really into football. You may be watching this and thinking, oh no, I hate football. Don't worry, it's not going to impact you in any way, but they may be a very sporty person. They may like sports. Also tells me that if you're a female looking for a masculine, or if you're a masculine looking for another masculine, they are going to be very masculine. They're not going to be, you know, la-di-da, flighty-whitey. I don't even know what those words mean. They're going to be very masculine. So you may like that. Or you may be like, oh, I didn't expect to be with somebody who liked sports. I feel like they're going to like playing sports as well, because there's a lot of activity here. I see you both actually being a very aesthetically beautiful couple together. Very, very like, I'm hearing the word sturdy, but it's sturdy in the way that it's like I said this on a private reading for somebody recently, but it works so well within this reading. If you walk in the room first and you've got about, 5 people looking at you thinking, wow, like I'm going to hit on that person, I'm going to hit on pile number 2. As soon as your future spouse walks in the room, the whole room goes dead, because it's like, oh, okay, I don't have a chance at pile number 2 because their spouse just looks perfect for them. The energy between them both is so perfect. And I don't even know how I got to this and where it started. There's something about your physical appearance together, how you match beautifully. Now you could both be extremely, 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 extremely physically attractive. And I do want to say, you're gonna be the perfect match as well. Your future spouse is going to be the perfect physical match to you. And I want to say the perfect emotional match as well. And it does make me think that your future spouse is going to come in, and whatever gender you are watching this, or whatever gender you identify as, they are going to allow you to be that gender. They're not going to make you be the masculine if you're the feminine, and vice versa. Now, when it comes to your physical appearance, as I said, like, you really your physical appearance really makes your future spouse kind of want to, it sounds so bad, you make your future spouse kind of want to restrict you because of your absolute ultimate beauty. Your future spouse is scared of losing you. Your future spouse may be somebody who is very confident on the outside, but maybe a bit more sensitive on the inside, like you too. Two people coming together with some, I want to say, some confidence issues here with this pile. But your future spouse will come in and they're not as confident as they seem on the outside, and you may be there supporting each other, telling each other how amazing you are, and pushing each other to see the potential in each other, the true potential. But I do think that you are going to trigger a few insecurities when it comes to your future spouse. And it's not going to be toxic. It doesn't mean that they're going to lock you in a tower and keep you there for the rest of your days. It's just, what it actually does is it manifests in them doing everything they can to keep you. They're not going to be the kind of person to neglect you in any way or feel like they're better than you, act like they're better than you. They're also not the kind of person to take those toxicities and switch them round and pretend or try and fake that they're better than you to make you feel lesser. You know, when some people do that, you know, when you get with people who are, you know, a league below you, it happens, okay, they're a league below you, and you're like, look, I don't really care about the fact that they're physically a league below me. They're a beautiful person. I can feel their soul. I can feel their potential. I want to be with this person. Okay, yes, you've gathered by now I'm speaking from experience. I am. And you think, bloody hell, like, I can see the potential in this person. They're beautiful. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what my friends are going to say. I don't care what my family are going to say. Like, this is love. And you don't realise that person, when you get with them, they're literally like, why is this person with me? Why is this person approaching me? Why does this person want to be with me? They don't trust it, they get fearful, they get defensive. And the next thing you know, this person is treating you like you're a league below. Because it's the only way that their ego can, what's the word I want to use here? A very simple word, guys. It's a very simple word, but cope. It's the only way that that person's ego can cope with this relationship. This ain't gonna happen with you guys. You are both very attractive people. You both match each other when it comes to physical attraction. And I think you're both gonna have the same kind of confidence issues as well. Like little doubts about yourselves, or not seeing amazing things within yourselves that other people see. But yeah, you are gonna make them feel insecure. But it's okay. It's gonna make them treat you right. Libra here as well, as I was saying, you're going to be a perfect match. You're going to balance each other out really nicely. The kind of couple that walk in the room and people are like, oh, they see one of you on your own, they're like, oh, hot, nice, yeah, I want a piece of that. And then they see the partner walk in and everyone's like, oh, yeah, none of us would be a better match for either of those than they are for each other. It's a no-go, it's a no-go. But yes, they do feel, it's like an energy of movement with you. 8 of Wands, yes, that's where the movement is. There's an energy of movement with you. And I'm looking here, hidden aspects. There's something to do with movement and hidden aspects. And I'm looking at the hair here as well. Blonde on one side, black on the other side. Give me a moment, guys. You've had a lot of transformations. There's been a lot of death and rebirths. There's a lot of strength that you have because of these death and rebirths that you've been through. There's still parts of yourself that are yet undiscovered. I'm feeling really deep now, really deep. 9 of Cups. You are perceived as somebody who has everything that they want, that they're living their best life, that they have achieved their wish fulfillment. But this isn't the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is the family, the completion of the emotional fulfillment. Does your future spouse feel, because I'm hearing better off alone. What's that song? Do you think you're better off alone? Don't judge my singing today. I don't know what it is about my voice. There's something going on with it. I think I might have a bit of a blockage in my throat chakra, which it actually makes a lot of sense because I've been dealing with a couple of my own confidence issues recently and realising a couple of my own limitations that I need to push through. So my throat chakra is not very happy. Because I thought, oh yeah, you know, everything's great, everything's fabuloso, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, oh, there's limitations I need to push through, and it's kind of knocked my confidence a little bit, and I know that makes no sense to you whatsoever. But yeah, I was just saying about my singing, but maybe there's something about that with you, maybe there's a connection, maybe that's why I've mentioned this. There's still things you need to break through. Do you think you're better off alone? Have you left relationships before because they've pushed you to search for something deeper? Have you left relationships before because commitment? Do you fear commitment? Do you fear commitment? Is this what I'm seeing here? Because your future spouse seems to get this perception that you're not always fully committed. You're not always all the way in. You're half in, you're half out. This brings a lot of excitement within the relationship, but no, I'm getting the message. I'm getting the message that there's commitment issues here that need to be dealt with before your future spouse comes in. And if you're with somebody, I want to say these commitment issues need to be dealt with before you're going to get a ring on that finger. There's commitment issues being highlighted here. But what are you not committing to? What are you scared of? Are you scared of not fulfilling your dreams? Are you scared of failing within something? Is there something you want to do and you're scared of failing? Are you scared of commitment because committing to something means that you lose control? Do you like to control everything around you? Because we do have Saturn here. Is this a time in your life where you need to let go and allow the flow? Because you're going to flow. You're resisting flow at the moment. There's a flow at the moment that's trying to push you in the direction of your future spouse. And as I say that, I'm looking down the Mars symbol. I don't know whether you can see this on the camera. I don't want to burn my hand on the candle. It's an arrow and it was pointing straight to the Cancer symbol and the 11th house. It was pointing straight at that. Something is trying to flow you in the direction of delving into this loving energy that I've mentioned about you. Maybe you're not utilizing it. Maybe it's time to give yourself that loving energy that you give other people. That could be a message for some of you. Maybe it's time to expand that loving energy outwards. Maybe you're not expanding it outwards as much as you should be expanding it outwards. I feel like this is going to make sense to the people who resonate, and you're going to put your own story in here because I feel like this is getting very disjointed. Because I'm struggling to work out what it is, and I don't know whether it's because there's multiple different things and it's different for everybody, but there's something around hope and fears here as well. I said that really loud. Something about hope and fears. There's something around hopes and fears here. You're fearing your hopes, you're fearing your dreams, you're fearing going for the things that are your wish fulfillment. You're fearing the commitment to yourself. It's time to commit to yourself, commit to the things that you truly want for yourself, commit to the things that you love, the things that you're drawn to, commit to your own emotions, commit to the fact that you are a very sensitive and emotional being. Because your future spouse is going to be incredibly drawn. 2121 as I look at the clock. 2121. You're doing things for other people that you're not doing for yourself is a message I'm getting here. You're doing things for other people that you're not doing for yourself. You need to start doing those things that you do for others for yourself. And I think it's going to open up something very emotional within you. Okay. I know that sounds really la-di-da, and I know that sounds really like boring, but it has to come out because I really feel like your future spouse is going to be highly attracted to you when you are your most emotional, when you're being your most vulnerable emotionally. And I'm scared to say that myself because I struggle to be vulnerable emotionally as well. And it's like, oh my God, I can't be emotionally vulnerable because then everyone will take advantage of me again. But there's something around going back to the childhood, going back to the roots here with the Cancer sign. Going back to that vulnerable person you were before, but now you have the strength to make sure no one takes advantage of you. And this is something you need to work on because it's going to bring that future spouse in. There is something else. There's something hidden in the dark with you that needs to be illuminated, that needs to be brought to the light. What are you hiding? Are you hiding a talent? Are you hiding a dream? There's something that you are hiding that needs to be brought to the light. I can see pearls, pearls of wisdom, pearls of wisdom. You've got wisdom to share. And I feel a big creative energy around this. So for some of you, this may be music, this could be lyrics, which share wisdom, art. It doesn't have to be, it can be anything, guys, it can be anything, but I'm just feeling a creative energy here. Maybe it's a hobby of yours that you're not showing the world. Again, I think, I'm going to just give you an example. It could be different for everybody, all right? So make this fit for you, but a great example of this. You could be a secret artist, somebody who loves to make art, create art, but you've never actually put your art out there because you're fearing criticism around this artwork. But really, one, you can make some money and gain some stability from that artwork, but two, that's the artwork that your future spouse is going to see, get in touch with you, probably buy a piece, and then you're going to get chatting, and that's going to be your future spouse, all right? Make that fit for you. That doesn't have to be the exact scenario for you, but there's a connection here. Something that you're hiding in the dark needs to be brought to light because your future spouse is going to see that light. Now I'm going to leave it there because I do feel like that is everything for you guys, pile number 2, at least today anyway. So if you did like this reading, guys, and you resonated and you thought it was helpful, drop me a like, thumbs up. Hey, it's free. It's free to drop a like. Also, if you do like content like this, please do subscribe because it means that you get notified whenever I do post a brand new pick a card reading. And comment down below. Let me know if you resonate. Let me know how you resonate. Let me know if you're excited to meet your future spouse. Let me know your favourite dessert, your favourite pudding. Okay, what do you like? Carrot cake, French fancies, flapjacks, spotted DICK. What do you like? Tell me your favourite dessert down there. Let's get the sweetness and the good vibes going because everyone loves a bit of pudding, even though I can't eat wheat and I can't eat dairy. So I don't normally have puddings. Although if you can't eat wheat and you can't eat dairy, or you think that you may have a dairy or wheat allergy, there are loads of alternatives on the shelves. I don't know. Why am I even talking about this? Just go to the supermarket and look at all the alternatives. I did this in the last reading. I just blabbed on about something absolutely ridiculous instead of just saying bye. And I don't know whether I'm going to edit this out. I don't know whether I'm going to edit the complete word vomit that came out in pile number 1 as well. Probably not. Why not? Let's just keep it in. This is me. Hey, this is me. Now, me is going to say goodbye to you, and I want you all to take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, beautiful and wonderful pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out how your future spouse will feel in your presence. So you chose the obsidian crystal and Ishtar. And to begin with, the energy I'm gaining is you were not always the person you are today. I feel like you have gone through a lot of growth and had a lot of experience to get to the person that you are. So I don't know whether you're somebody who had to grow up very fast. I don't know whether you're somebody who is older watching this, but yeah, you've transformed majorly to be the person you are today. And I want to say the person you are today is pretty whole. There's a wholeness around you. You could be somebody where career and things like that come fairly easy to you. But maybe love hasn't always came easy to you. This doesn't have to be love in relationships with partners. This could be love in relationships with certain family members. This could be love in relationships when it comes to friendships. I don't know whether this all happened in your younger years, whether you had some very unhealthy, toxic people who forced you to grow in your early childhood or in your early teens or when you started having relationships. Whatever this is for you, I do feel like a lot of your relationships have shaped the person you are today, even if you're not fully aware of it. You may have been somebody who transformed after a relationship had ended, whether that be a loving relationship or a friendship relationship, okay? Because there's a lot of transformation with you. I want to say that you are somebody who is like, I'm going to say the word, you're like perfection. You're especially perfection for your future spouse. You've got the talk, you've got the walk, you've got the physical appearance, you've got the intelligence. And I want to say with you guys, it's a real emotional intelligence. There's something so beautiful about your energy. It's like I can feel you here with me. And you're the type of person that I'd look at or look to and just be like, okay, I'd love a cuddle from you, for starters, because your energy is so inviting, it's so warm, but at the same time, you're the type of person that I look at your physical body. I'm feeling two things here. I'm feeling one thing which may be very influenced by this card. As you can see, this is a curvaceous lady. Ishtar is very curvaceous. I love these curves. Oh my goodness gracious. So you could be somebody who is very curvaceous, somebody who wears clothes and you just make every outfit just look hot, beautiful, just there's something so enticing about you. But also I get the energy of looking at your face in particular and being like, there is not a piece of makeup out of place. A piece of makeup, does that make that would make sense if I was talking about hair, but there's not a piece of hair out of place. There's not any mistakes when it comes to your makeup. Your makeup is flawless, but at the same time, like, your facial features are just so, I want to use the word exquisite. Everything about you is just so neat and so beautiful and gorgeous. But I also want to say, I don't think you always had, and this is starting to come together. I don't think you always had the confidence that you do now when it comes to your body and your face. For some of you, you may still not have the confidence, because I can see you working very hard on your appearance in some way, whether it be makeup, being able to do makeup really well, or do your hair really beautifully, or dress a certain way, because you don't have that confidence, or because you didn't have that confidence. You perfected so much around your appearance because you didn't used to have that confidence, or maybe some of you may still not have that confidence. And dear Lord, if you don't have that confidence now, like, the energy I'm feeling from you is goals. You guys would be my goals. And if you're my goals, you're going to be a hell of a lot of other people's goals as well. But I feel this around your appearance. And your future spouse is going to notice this. Like, oh, straight up, straight away. You just ooze this goddess beauty. And there's something so, I want to say you're asexual. I'm hearing femme fatale, but you're very, very sexy, very sexy. But it's because, like, people are just drawn to your, it's like a mother energy that comes from you, your motherly energy. People are drawn to you, and I don't know whether you've had people in the past, lovers in the past, that have been drawn to you and expected you to mother them and look after them. Because there's something around this. There's something around being taken advantage of, your kindness being taken advantage of, your nurturing nature being taken advantage of here. But your future spouse feels this in your presence, this motherly energy. And instead of them wanting you to mother them, they want to make you a mother. They want to impregnate you. I feel like this is a pile where there could be multiple children. This could be a pile where you, I don't know whether you've got Italian in you or Spanish in you, and this does not have to resonate. And a lot of us don't realise that we do have that ancestry because it may go a little bit further back than we know. But I'm sensing like Italian energy and Spanish energy, okay? There's something around those two energies. It could be both of them. You could be watching this and you could be half Spanish, half Italian. But I'm sensing that as well. But it could also be a vibe. There's like an elegance to you, like an Italian elegance. It could be your style, because the Italians are known to have exquisite style. And then the Spanish is like the fire, the fun that's in you. You're so bubbly. There's a bubbly energy around you. I want to say for this pile, there could be twins in the family. Won't be for everyone. It's coming out very, very mildly here. So there could be some twins in the family. Now, energetically, you always give off the air of perfection. You give off the air of purity as well. You give off the air of being, there's like an unattainability to you. I think your future spouse feels like you don't need them. I also don't think they feel deserving of you either. You make, and you could literally be 4'10" here, okay? You could be any size, but you make other people, the other gender, feel small. Now I am feeling a lot of feminine with masculine energy here, but it doesn't have to be, but it's this kind of energy. It's the best way I can describe or give an example. But you could be a physically small, petite person. And this is just an example. You might not be physically short or petite watching this. You don't have to be, but this is just an example of your energy and how powerful your feminine energy is as well. But you could be 4'10", petite, and you make the biggest of masculines go weak, because you have this ultimate feminine power. And it's exactly the same. If you're a masculine looking for a masculine, it's exactly the same. You make the biggest, boldest men who you don't think would have any weakness within them go weak for you. Now, if you are a masculine, you're going to have, and looking for a feminine, you're going to have this same energy again. You are going to be the person that makes women just drop to their knees. I've only just realised how rude that phrase actually is, making women drop to their knees. I literally thought, I used to think it was literally just dropping to the knees and being like, oh, you know, but now I'm like, well, that's actually quite rude. I'll never look at that saying in the same way again. I don't know why that just came to me now. It may mean as well, people are very attracted to you're down there, whether you're masculine or feminine. They may want to get on their knees a lot around you. They may feel like they need to worship you. I want to say, and I don't think I've said this in a reading today, this could have been a private reading, but the phrase is coming up again. But I feel like you've got a lot of energy, and I'm feeling like Duracell Bunny kind of energy, the Duracell Bunny from the Duracell adverts. You've got a lot of energy, you keep on going. You could be Gemini here. We've got Gemini energy, we've got heavy Leo energy here as well. We could also be looking at Taurus, could be looking at a Taurus Venus in particular, Scorpio energy and Aquarius energy here. Wow, I am feeling those energies big time. You could have a Virgo Venus as well. I said Taurus Venus, but you could have a Virgo Venus, Earth Venus energy here. Okay, any of the Earth signs Venus. Again, doesn't have to be, but I'm feeling that very, very strongly here. There's something very earthy about your energy. Now, when your future spouse sees you, the first thing they feel is, wow, this person needs to be mine. I need to bag this person, and this person is the only person for me. You do something to them. You do something to their down below. They're so attracted to you, but they're so drawn to you, and they don't want anyone but you. It makes me think that there's a fight and there's a chase to get you. They chase you. And I think you're in a very independent energy to begin with. You may be watching this and you may be in that independent energy now. And be like, yeah, like I'm cool without anybody. 1, 2, let's look at Ishtar. 1, 2 on this card. You're fine on your own. It's time for you to partner up. You may not realise this. Pile number 3. I need to say pile number 1. You may not you may not realise this, pile number 3. A lot of you watching this, you're the one who's blocking your future spouse coming in. Because you're so heavy in this independent energy. I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. It's Virgo energy as well. I've got it all, I'll do it all, I'm a perfectionist. You know, I don't want anyone else to do it because I'm the one who does it right, I'm the one who does it well. But I feel here, you may be blocking your future spouse because you are so strong in this I've got this-ish energy. I don't need anyone, I don't even need a man or a woman. Well, I'm going to stick with man. I don't even need a man to change my tyre. Why was this rude thing coming? I don't even need a woman to get on her knees because it's so crude what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say. I don't have to finish it. I don't have to finish it. And if you don't know what I was about to say, don't worry about it. It's not important. You want someone. You're watching this. I know you want somebody. But to light up that beacon, to light up your mating call for your future spouse, I think you need to allow people to do stuff for you. Now, I don't know whether you've got family around you or friends around you, and even things like you're out and about, right? You're out and about, you're having cocktails with your friends, or you're having a meal with your friends, or you're having a beer with your friends, and they're like, oh, I'll get this, I'll pay for this. And you're like, no, I'll pay for it, I've got this, I'll pay for it. It could even be simple acts of, in those moments you say, okay. And then politely say, next time I'll get it. Allowing people to do things for you. Allowing yourself to open up from just one person to 2 people again. I feel like my language is all over the place today, so I really do apologise if I sound like I'm just being very basic or things aren't making complete sense, or I could say something in a more orderly way, but allowing yourself to open up to allowing people to collaborate with you. This could even be in work. You could start collaborating with people in work, allowing people to help you out with certain things at work. You could be someone like a YouTuber like this, and maybe you're not working with other people, And you're getting people saying, I want to work with you, I want to work with you. And again, make this fit for you. But even just collaborating with somebody in a arena that's away from love, it's going to open up that, it's going to light that beacon on you that you are ready for somebody. It's going to draw that future spouse in. You're being a little bit too independent at the moment. Just allow some people in. Properly allow people in. And you're going to open those gates, and those gates are going to be open for your future spouse to walk straight in. Not for all of you, but for some of you, your future spouse is in your life already. They already know of you, they've seen you. They just don't think you're looking for anybody. They don't think you need to invest in anybody. I don't think your future spouse feels worthy of you. And they're going to be, do you know what? I really, really, really love pile number 3. And I really wish that pile number 3 was me. And I want to say I've got a bad feeling that I don't think it's me. But a wish is a wish, and anything is possible. Your future spouse, as soon as they get with you, there's no one else for them. You are completely theirs and they are completely yours. They're not even going to, I know this is really rare, but they're not even going to side-eye another person. They're not even going to be curious about what else is out there. You are everything. You're two people who can be on their own. If people think that you and your future spouse are codependent, it's not codependence, it's because you want to be dependent on each other. And I remember, I don't know where I heard this, but I have no idea where I heard it. They said that codependence, I feel like it could be an older person, maybe like an older actress. And she said something about this. We are made to be codependent. Society at the moment tells you that codependence is wrong, well, what's a relationship if it's not codependent? If we didn't want to be codependent, we would not want to be with anybody. Codependence is healthy, but then obviously you get toxic codependence as well. Two people that shouldn't be together, two people that feel like they need to be together because they need to be together for finances, they need to be together for confidence issues, they need to be together for whatever else. But you are two people that don't need to be together, you want to be together. And if you spend every hour of the day together, it's because you bloody well want to spend every hour of the day together, and I love that. You're going to be you may not even think that you could be that tight-knit with somebody. You're going to be so tight-knit with this person. Now, there is something where your future spouse, regarding your presence, feels like you're somebody who's never been hurt before. And this may need to be something that you need to express. Because you are so beautiful, because you have this confidence, this extreme feminine power, you've built all of that through pain and challenge. Your energy is so expansive. You can have anybody you want, pile number 3. Anybody. But your future spouse is very naive, and they think that you have always been this way, and it goes straight into a circle and right back to where I started. You haven't always been this person. Some of you may have been the ugly duckling in school. Some of you may have felt like you were overweight in school. Some of you may have been called names throughout your life. Or some of you may not have been, but you were the one who was picking on yourself. You haven't always been this person that you are today. Your experiences have shaped who you are today. And your future spouse, and along with other people as well, this is not just your future spouse's assumptions, your future spouse and other people feel like you've never had your heart broken. This person's never been through pain, they've never had their heart broken, look at them, they're perfect. It's really important that you communicate what you have been through and what made you the person that you are today. It does give me very influential vibes. I feel like every part today has been really influential. There's something about, it's weird because I don't feel like this is you, but I can see somebody in a bar. It's very Only Way is Essex. And I think that's just a UK show. Only Way is Essex or Made in Chelsea, where you have the dramas. But I see spirit needing you to speak your truth more. You're very strong, but I think you take some people's SHIT because you are that strong, and you don't need to take it. And what I'm actually seeing is a scene where somebody's throwing like a glass of wine on somebody else. I'm not saying go and start throwing glasses of wine on people, but it's you saying, hey, look, you got that wrong, and no, I'm going to retaliate. All right, little Miss Perfect. Do you know what I mean? All right, yeah, little Miss Perfect. Okay, yeah, sure, I'm sure things are hard for you. And that's just an example, okay? But Spirit wants you to be like, actually, let me tell you a story of one of the hardest things I've ever been through. And show that person why you are who you are today. My voice is going now. Same with your future spouse. You may need to have this conversation with your future spouse when they come along, because they're not going to think that you've ever had your heart broken, because who would break your heart? You're gorgeous. And you have to be like, look, do you want to know who I used to be? Or do you want to know my history? Because you're gonna feel a lot more comfortable with me when you do. But at the same time, I feel like they're gonna respect you more as well. You've worked for who you are today. People need to know that, people need to hear that, people need to see that. And I think this goes beyond your future spouse. I think you need to start telling your story. In whatever way that is, whether that's telling friends, partners, family, expressing yourself. You don't have to hold it all in. Writing a book, talking about it. I don't know. What do you do for a living? Could you write an inspirational blog? Should you start journaling and just telling a journal how you feel and reading it back and just be like, wow, these are the things I've overcome. Okay, pile number 3. I'm going to leave that there. I hope this has helped in some way. If it has, please drop me a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Liking and subscribing really helps the channel grow, and also commenting helps the channel grow as well. So comment down below which pile you claim, comment whether you resonate with this, whether you're excited to meet your future spouse. Also comment your favourite dessert. My favourite dessert before I was dairy intolerant, well, allergic to dairy and intolerant to wheat, was a French fancy. Oh, I absolutely loved French fancy. So tell me what your favourite dessert is down below if you don't feel comfortable to share your story. Please take care of yourselves, pile number 3. You are absolutely beautiful, you're absolutely amazing. Show the world, express it, tell people, inspire people to be as fabulous as you. I don't know why I'm continuing to just speak, I need to just say bye. But yes, I'm going to say bye, I'm going to say take care of yourselves. And also I want to say a massive thank you for watching. And pile number 3, I shall see you next time. Goodbye.